A very warm welcome in the class of Euler's theorem and its related problems in the section of function of several variables. Myself Rupak Bhattacharjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GIS College of Engineering. So the name of this chapter actually indicates that it is nothing but the extension of the previous class where we have discussed the Euler's theorem, and obviously the related topic was the homogeneous function based on which Euler's theorem is discussed. So the prerequisite for this class and the previous class are almost same. Still, just for the sake of the discussion, we must mention that what are the prerequisites for this class, and this is nothing but an elaborate discussion and concepts and problems on function of several variables. So in that we must emphasize on specifically on the partial differentiation part, first order, second order and mixed, and also we have to emphasize on the chain rule, because chain rule will help us to reach to the destination what is prescribed in the question, the techniques, the tools, and obviously the concepts of chain rule is required for this part. And obviously I must mention that there is a prerequisite for this class is that the last class means the concept of homogeneous function is required, and the Euler's theorem of first order what we have discussed in the last class, it is also very much required for this class. So let us start the next part of this particular topic. It was discussed in the last class, but just for the recapitulation purpose of this definition of homogeneous functions of degree k, we are starting this discussion on that we have a function f from x to r, where x is a subset of Rn and R is our real number line. It will be homogeneous if we get f of lambda x is equal to lambda to the power k fx, and this k will be the degree of that homogeneous function. And we have also tested that what are the processes we have to follow, and if we have for two variables fx y, a function suppose x plus y, and then we have to substitute in place of x, we have to substitute suppose lambda x and lambda y, and we get it as lambda x plus lambda y is equal to, we can write it as lambda of x plus y. So we can write ultimately that lambda of f of x comma y. We get it that f of lambda x lambda y is equal to lambda into f of x y. So as it is represented in this form, it is homogeneous function, and the power of lambda is 1, so it is homogeneous function of degree 1. And this was also discussed in the last class, that the Euler's theorem for homogeneous function of degree n, where partial derivatives are denoted as fx and fy. So it was also mentioned that actually if the given function fxy is homogeneous of degree n, then the Euler's theorem tells us that x del f del x plus y del f del y is equal to n f. So this is the Euler's theorem. To be specific, it is the Euler's theorem for first order. Whenever I am mentioning that it is Euler's theorem for first order, obviously there will be a question, then that there will be any second order formula. So let us start our new journey on the topic of new discussion is from this, that if we get f of x comma y comma z is a homogeneous function of degree n, then we can write x del del x plus y del del y plus z del z square on f is equal to n into n minus 1 on f of x comma y comma z. This is called the second order Euler's formula. Now think, it is not for this x, y, z, it is for this 2. This example is given for a function of 3 variables, but you can take function of 2 variables also. Important thing is that to be observed and to be noted down, that in case of first order we have x del f del x plus y del f del y. If I consider for only 2 variables, it is n into f of x comma y. But for second order, is x del x plus y del y whole square on f is equal to n into n minus 1 into f of x comma y. My point to share is here that if you have a function of several variables which is homogeneous function of degree 1, then what will be the status of that function if I want to apply Euler's theorem of second order? So as the function satisfies the homogeneous condition and the degree is 1, for Euler's second order theorem will give you 1 into 1 minus 1 into f of x y if it is a function of 2 variables, and this one is 0, so ultimately the result becomes 0. You can compare this discussion with the discussion in the previous class that if f is a homogeneous function of degree 0, then what was the case for Euler's theorem of first order? We get that n into f of x comma y, which is nothing but 0 because n is 0. This was discussed for constant functions. Now it can be discussed for linear functions. So we must proceed for some problems for making the idea more clear on this particular discussion. So let us start that part. Suppose we are taking u is equal to x square y square by x plus y. We are actually now entering into the part called problems on Euler's theorem. What are the important problems? What are the variational problems of Euler's theorem are having? We are selecting something, some from them, and we are now going to discuss them. So it is given, and we have to apply Euler's theorem to find the value of x del u del x plus y del u del y. We have to apply Euler's theorem and we have to find out the value of x del u del x plus y del u del y. But this is not the whole problem. Then it is stated that hence means from this part, hence deduce x square del 2u del x2 plus 2xy del 2u del x del y plus y square del 2u del y2 is equal to 6u. We have to prove this. Clear? So first part is not at all tough because we have already performed these types of problems in the last class. First of all, we have to check that u on tx ty will be t square x square, t square y square that means t to the power 4 x square y square by tx plus ty, so t into x plus y. So you can write it in the next line, that is t cubed x square y square by x plus y. So in the next line we can write it as t cube as u xy. So we can conclude that this is a homogeneous function of degree 3. There is no confusion on that. Now as it is a homogeneous function of degree 3, obviously by applying Euler's theorem of first order, we can write x del u del x plus y del u del y is equal to nf. Here it is n is 3 and f is u, so it is 3u. So this is our first requirement which is fulfilled, that find the value of this one. This was the question, and applying Euler's theorem we get the value of this expression is 3u. Now what we do, we are differentiating importantly to be noted partially with respect to x. Equation number 1, we get x, think about it, we are partially differentiating this one, so x is kept as it was, then it is del 2u del x2 plus del u del x is kept as it was, and x is differentiated with respect to x partially, so it will be 1, then plus y is kept as it was, del 2u del x del y, then actually there is a plus del u del x del u del y is kept as it was, and y is differentiated partially with respect to x, but it will be 0, so I am not writing it, so it will be 3 then del u del x. Okay, similarly if I am denoting it by equation number 2, similarly for the same, if the expression number 1 is differentiated partially with respect to y, what we get? What we get, the same thing will be here, x will be kept as it was, and del u del x will be differentiated partially with respect to x, so it will be del 2 u del y del x plus del u del x will be kept as it was, x will be differentiated partially with respect to y, so it will be 0, so there will be no contribution, then y, it will be del 2 u del y2 plus del u del y is equal to 3 del u del y, and this is the equation number 3. So we get the second order partial differentiation with respect to x and the mixed derivative also by 2 times partial differentiation from this. Now we are doing what? We are trying to make this expression coming from this. We have x square over there and we have x over here. So what we do? We are multiplying equation number 2 for the adjustment by x, and equation number 3 by y. We get, please concentrate, x square del 2u del x2. So x square del 2u del x2 is there, so x square del 2u del x2, then plus, if I multiply it by x, then it will be x del u del x, x del u del x. Then I am multiplying it by x, so it will be xy del 2u del x del y, xy del 2u del x del y, plus multiplying this one with respect to y, it will be xy del 2u del y del x, means del x del y, so it will be 2xy. Then I am multiplying it by y, so it will be y square del 2u del y2, plus I am multiplying it by y, it will be y del u del y is equal to, in the right hand side, it will be 3x del u del x plus 3y del u del y. So in the next line, after simplification, what we can write? X square del 2u del x2 plus 2xy del 2u del x del y plus y square del 2u del y2. Look at this, x del u del x plus y del u del y is already calculated by u using Euler's theorem. It is 3u, so you can write it as plus 3u is equal to 3 into x del u del x plus y del u del y, that is again 3u, so 3u. So ultimately we can write it as our desired expression is equal to 9u minus 3u, that is 6u. What is asked to prove by the question? We have already reached to this particular destination applying Euler's theorem. So this is the most important part of this Euler's theorem, that how a complicated problem can be tackled smoothly and easily by Euler's theorem. So now we are moving to a separate problem on this particular idea. This question asks us to prove initially it is given that u is equal to x f y by x plus g y by x. It is given to you that this is the form of u. We have to show that x del u del x plus y del u del y is equal to x f y by x. The important observation before starting the problem is that if you concentrate on the expression, what to prove, it is x del u del x plus y del u del y, and when we are almost covering 1.75 part of the class on Euler's theorem, x del u del x plus y del u del y always indicates us that you must search something for Euler's theorem in the problem. And whenever this is the indication that you have to search for Euler's theorem in the problem, you have to search first the homogeneous function in the given part. Until and unless you are searching that, it is not possible for you to apply Euler's theorem. So look at this, how the problem is approached. So here u is this, so we can write v, we are assuming it, basically we are assuming v is equal to x f y by x means the first part of u, and w is equal to g of y by x. Okay, we are breaking the given function u into two functions v and w. Why? It will be clear, but we can write now as u is equal to v plus w. So if you want to check the homogeneous criterion for v and w, it will be very much clear to you that v will be a function of homogeneous type of degree 1. Check it. Okay, this simple calculation leads us the conclusion that it is the homogeneous function of degree 1. And in the similar manner you can check for w also, and you will get that w will be a homogeneous function of degree 0. These two are important observations for this problem, and after observing these two things we will start applying Euler's theorem not on u but on v and w, because we have not claimed u is the homogeneous function. We have not tested u is the homogeneous function, and it is also very much clear that if you are trying to check whether u is the homogeneous function or not, you will see that it is not, because the first part will give you lambda and second part will be giving you lambda to the power 0. So if you want to take lambda common, it is not possible for you to write u as u lambda x lambda y is equal to lambda to the power n into u xy. That is why, using these tricks, we have distributed u into two homogeneous functions of different degree, and we are going to apply Euler's theorem for those two homogeneous functions separately. Then we will check whether is it possible for us to combine them to reach to the desired destination or not. So for v, we can write x del v del x plus y del v del y. By applying Euler's theorem, you must mention all these things when you are going to solve these problems in your exam, but I am not writing it because of space constraint, because if I have to change the page, then these given conditions will not be available to you. So it will be equal to 1 into v, because the degree is 1, that means simply v. And parallel, if I mark it by 1, parallelly for w, it will be x del w del x plus y del w del y is equal to what? Degree is 0, so 0 into w, that means 0, and it is my equation number 2, suppose. So now onwards, what we can do, we can start, you can start from this addition, or you can use from this one, whatever the process you want to use, you can use, no problem. So from the desired part, actually if we start from left hand side, we can write as x del u del x plus y del u del y is equal to x del x v plus w plus y del y v plus w. The next line, what we can write, that x del v del x plus, without writing it I am writing here, y del v del y plus x del w del x plus y del w del y. It is nothing but the mathematical tricks what you are using, and I know that all of you are very much capable of doing this, because starting from our childhood days we are always using these types of adjustment for mathematical problems. And this first part from equation number 1 give you v, and the second part from the equation number 2 will give you 0. So ultimately what we get, it is as v. This is asked and we get it v. But look at the our assumption that v is taken as x f y by x. So we can write in place of v x f of y by x. What is nothing but the thing what is asked to us for proving. Already we have reached to the desired destination. So prove. Clear? Now I want to give you one extension of this problem for your purpose. So if we can take this problem as problem number 1 or problem number A, then the problem number B will be something like that, the continuation of the last problem, just the question is different. Here the question is, show that x square del 2u del x2 plus 2xy del 2u del x del y plus y square del 2u del y2 is equal to 0, for which we are going to show we are having the same problem, because it is the continuation of the last problem. U is equal to x f of y by x plus g of y by x. So this problem is kept for you. Just I want to give you some hints that already in the previous slide you have encountered a problem of this type where the left hand side is same as the left hand side of our problem, but only we have to prove that it will be 0. So it will be coming automatically if we use this function and the characteristics and the properties what we have received for this function. So the approach is same, and obviously to get this approach you have to use the Euler's theorem for first order first, and from that first order you will get x del u del x plus y del u del y is equal to some expression over here, because here u is not a homogeneous function, but we are able to find out x del u del x plus y del u del y. So you have to use this one, and then you have to do two things: partial differentiation with respect to x and partial differentiation with respect to y. And then for getting this desired expression, multiplication with respect to x and here multiplication with respect to y, and their addition is required to get the result. So this is the schematic diagram of the problem, that how to approach these types of problems. Once you got the idea of approaching these types of problems clear, then the remaining things are not at all difficult for you. So now we are going to conclude our class over here. So we get these problems and we have made these assignments for you. You please solve these types of problems. Many things are partially solved in the class. Some things are kept for you to solve it in your home. And these are the references we have used for preparing this lecture. So finally I want to thank you all. Happy listening, happy learning.